Hi, have you ever noticed how some outfits make you look instantly taller and slimmer, while others add bulk in all the wrong places? The difference often comes down to just a few styling choices. In this video, I'm sharing 7 more genius tips, part 2, that will completely change how your outfits look and feel. We'll talk about the inner column trick, the balance rule, and other smart stylist secrets that will help you create a slimmer, more balanced silhouette. And of course, I'll show you real-life examples on different body shapes, so you can see exactly how these tips work in practice. Let's get started. Monochrome dressing. One color head to toe is one of the simplest ways to look taller and slimmer without changing anything about your body. Take a look here. We start with a white long shirt and brown trousers. Notice how the color contrast happens right in the middle. That horizontal break makes my body look shorter and, of course, wider. So what can we do instead? Option 1, swap to white trousers. Now the colors blend together, there is no line cutting across the midsection, and the outer line creates this long continuous silhouette. Therefore, instantly taller, instantly slimmer. But let's try option 2, brown trousers. And honestly, I would say this is even better choice because darker tones have a natural slimming effect. Combined with a tonal top, they streamline the whole look beautifully. And how does this work on a plus-size woman? Here is an example. See how the head-to-toe color creates length and flow. The eye travels up and down instead side to side, which is exactly what we want. And also, this example illustrates another great style trick that is all about creating vertical side panels. The inner column trick. The idea is simple. Make the middle section appear narrower and guide the eye up and down, not side to side. So let's start with this example. On the left, I'm wearing a high contrast outfit that divides the body into blocks. So the eye naturally stops at the break in colors, which makes the torso look shorter and wider. Now, watch what happens when I add another layer, a darker cardigan. Suddenly, we have created these side panels. Light inside, dark outside. And just like that, the eye is drawn vertically through the middle. It's such a subtle change, but the silhouette instantly looks longer and leaner. Voila! This effect is even more visible on my beautiful plus-size model, my mommy. Repeating the color of the top from the pattern trousers already help form a vertical line. But without additional layers, the eye still travels side to side across the widest points. So by adding a light jacket, we frame the body and create those slimming side panels. And now you can notice how the eye follows the vertical lines we just created, up and down instead of across. Magic, right? And the best part, this works with any top. Plain, patterned, high contrast, whatever you like, as long as you frame it with contrasting color layer. And you are guiding the eye where you want it to go, always vertically. Tip 3, the balance rule. Now, accessories can completely change the way your proportions look, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. One of the biggest mistakes? Choosing a bag that's way too small for your frame. A tiny bag next to the body makes everything else look bigger by comparison. So on a fuller figure, it exaggerates the torso and hips even more because the contrast is so extreme. So what's the fix? Go for medium or larger size bags that balance with your proportions. A structured tote, a sleek crossbody, even a roomy bag. These create harmony with the body instead of fighting against it, as you can tell here in this example. Think of it this way. If your bag looks like borrowed from your child's wardrobe, it's probably too small, even though it might be very trendy. Choose one that feels in proportion to you, and suddenly the whole outfit looks more polished and balanced. And this balance rule applies to other details too, like cuffs and heels. Let me explain this a bit. If you have thicker cuffs, pairing them with a thin stiletto or kitten heel actually makes the cuff look bigger by contrast. So instead, opt for block heels, wedges, or chunkier styles that provide visual support. In this way, the leg line will look balanced and the whole outfit will feel more harmonious. So whether it's bags or shoes, remember the balance rule. Choose accessories in proportion to your frame. That's when everything looks intentional, flattering, and stylish. Keep details strategic. Sometimes it's not the overall outfit that's a problem. That's the little things. Tiny design choices like whether a pocket sits or how a pleat falls can make a huge difference. When details land on your widest areas, like patch pockets on the tummy area, embroidery across the bust, or extra fabric at the hips, they add bulk and they instantly pull the eye there. And I think this is not what you want. So the smarter move: keep these zones clean and simple and let your details work for you elsewhere. Striped vertical details, the placement of the buttons, V neckline, vertical seams naturally guide the eye up and down, creating length instead of width. So don't ditch details altogether, just place them strategically where they flatter. And in this way, you will definitely create a more flattering effect on your body without losing any weight. The hemline rule. Hemlines might seem like a small detail, but they can completely change the way your outfit and your body looks. Here's the rule. When a hem cuts across your widest point, like at the hips, hemlines on the hips? Oh, no, please. I mean, thighs or cuffs, it draws the eye there and makes that area look bigger. That's why a straight shirt dress hem or a skirt ending at the widest part of the leg can feel a little blocky. Now let's compare that to a hemline that falls at a slimmer spot. Instantly, the outline is longer, leaner, and more flattering. The eye flows past the body instead of stopping at the widest area, which is exactly what we want. Here is the example on the pear-shaped lady, and we are starting with a dress that has a dropped hemline with no waist definition, making the whole body look wider. Now let's have a look after the change. Despite the defined waistline on the right, the hem sits lower on the slimmer part on her legs, making the overall outline longer and leaner. So remember the hemline rule. Don't just think length, think placement and shape. Tip 6. Open up the neckline. Never underestimate the power of a neckline. It can reshape your silhouette. High closed necklines tend to shorten the torso and make the bust and shoulders look heavier, especially in lighter colors or thicker fabrics. By contrast, an open neckline elongates, lightens, and creates space around the face and chest. As you can tell, the button-up shirt makes the whole top half look boxy and quite heavy. The same body on the right looks lighter and even the posture seems more relaxed and balanced. Now another example. The high, fitted high neck top makes the torso appear shorter and fuller, while switching to an open scoop neck creates space and length. As a result, I appear lighter and taller on the right. Of course, the blue cardigan adds contrast and draws the eye upwards, balancing the silhouette even more. So remember, open necklines don't just show skin, they create length, balance, and softness. It's one of the easiest ways to slim and elongate the upper body. Avoid long tops. From my experience working as a personal stylist, I know how much a longer top is appreciated, especially if you are on the curvy side. It feels safe, it provides coverage, and many women reach for it thinking it will hide the midsection. But here is the catch. When a top ends on the hips or mid-thigh, it actually makes the body look shorter and wider. It cuts the legs off, hides the waist completely, and creates a boxy outline. So there are several solutions. So the first one, opt for a top in the same color as your bottom half to create a monochrome look, as we already know about from the tip number 1. Second option, choose tops that finish higher around the hip bone or just below the waist. Or you can actually tuck it in as well, as I'm doing here, actually into my bra. I'm also adding a necklace to create even better visual effect and focal point. A big difference, right? If you still love the comfort of a longer top, don't you worry, here is the third option. Strategically placed accessory can do the trick. Think of necklaces, bigger earrings, crossbody bags, head accessories, everything that pulls the eye upwards. And here's a great example with a crossbody bag. Once we lift the line up, the proportions change instantly. A crossbody bag helps draw the eye up, creating more balance. So instead of hiding under extra fabric, lift the hemline up and let your proportions work in your favor. And that's it for today. I hope you found these 7 tips helpful and inspiring. And remember, looking slimmer isn't only about the size. It's about smart styling choices that work with your body. And here's the quick recap of today's tips. 1 color, 1 continuous line is equal to slimmer, taller silhouette. Contrast between inside and outside equals to instant slimming vertical column. Choose bags and heels in proportion to your frame. Keep the details strategic, plain on problem areas, verticals to slim and elongate. Avoid cuts at your widest point. Choose lengths and shapes that elongate your silhouette. 6. Open up the neckline, create space, length, and lighter upper body. 7. Avoid long tops. Shorten the line to lengthen the legs. And let me know, which of these style tips do you already use and which are you excited to try tomorrow? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't seen the part 1 yet, which is unbelievably interesting, I will link it down below. It's packed with even more styling hacks you will definitely love hearing about. That is it for today. Thank you so much. Keep shining, stay classy. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Ačiū, mažiukai, puikiai padirbėjom kartu.